All right, guys, as you know, our season is over with, the 2022. We have a lot of big projects coming in, but I'm going to give you a little rundown about how I winterize my race truck. It's real important to do every winter, especially if you live in a colder climate like we do, to make sure you don't break parts and you're behind in the 8-ball the next year because now you have to buy a new block because it's cracked, or new springs because you left the valves open, just et cetera, et cetera. So from the very basics, the first thing I'll do is I will drain the water out of the block and the radiator and the reservoir, just to make sure it's all gone. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of coolant, regular coolant, in the block because you're not going to get all the water out. Other times I'll just open it up and leave it to air for a little while before I plug everything back up. Also, if you're running methanol or alcohol, you want to probably drain your oil as well, because there's going to be some water in the oil pan, more than likely. Next, I will pull the spark plugs, and that's only to make it easier to turn the motor over, to be able to take the lifters and stuff off. With the Jezel system, rocker system, there can't be any pressure on the rockers when you take them off, or you'll end up breaking a tie shaft. So if you're just a regular small block guy with regular rockers, then that doesn't mean much to you. You can just pull the rockers off, and then I'll pull the push rods and keep them all together. The last thing you want to do, at least what I do, is undo the battery from the vehicle and then put it on a tender for the rest of the year. I'm going to do most all those things, and we'll probably just do like a little time-lapse video of them. Sorry, the shop's a little bit messy. We're still messing with Chris's car to get the motor pulled, which it's already out. You'll see it laying on the ground, waiting for its trip to Performance Automotive to get redone. All right, so follow along, and I'll talk to you afterwards. All right, guys, that was the winterizing of the truck. Pretty simple. Took me about maybe an hour and a half. The couple things I didn't mention are fuel system. I drained both carburetors and bowls and drained the fuel lines. I also shut the fuel line off from the tank to the pump. And lastly, I didn't talk about was the tires. Rear tires, particularly if you want to keep them round, you want to put them up on jack stands if they leak out. I usually just set the entire truck up on jack stands, but we're going to be doing work to it here very shortly, and no need to do that right now. So the plan is to take the blower off. We're going to put a hat on it. I've got to get the front clip off again and figure out where I'm going to mount a mechanical fuel pump. So that's going to be in the upcoming episodes, that and narrowing my rear end for bigger tires. I think I'm going to go from the 10.5 wides I have now to like a 14. So I'm going to figure out what I can fit, and I'll take you along for that ride. Thanks for watching, and make sure you tell me down there if there's something I missed, maybe something you want to add to the list of things you should get done over the winter, and I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.